Hello, everyone. This is Dan Gramza, and welcome to dangramza.com Market Studies for Monday, January 19th. Now, Monday's a national holiday, so we're going to have holiday trading hours. That means these futures markets will open at 5 o'clock Chicago time Sunday night, and then the stock market interest rates close at noon. Metals and energy close at 1:30. FX closes at 4, and then they begin. Oh, and eggs do not trade. And then 5 o'clock Chicago time, they begin to trade again for a Tuesday trade date. So we're going to have shortened sessions for many of these markets. And if you're not familiar with this video, it's a daily chart we're looking at. The concept is a swing trade. And what we're looking at here in the S&P, we talked about expecting an inside type day. We have that kind of behavior. Dollar difference from this sell level down to that buy level is $700 a contract. So a solid green line represents buy, solid red line represents sell. A dashed line like this implies something that happened earlier in the week. So this will give you kind of a format of how we're going into the holiday weekend. When we look at what's happening in the NASDAQ, very similar. The dollar difference here, by the way, is $1,900 a contract. Sell to buy level inside day is what we're looking for on Monday. And in the Dow, it's holding its own, but it's neutral going into the weekend. Overall, we have a value play setting up, a sideways market. We're looking for that to continue. And in the Russell, this is a market. Let me get that over here and shrink it up for you a little bit. There we go. It finished with balance. Nobody abandoned ship. It's a market in a holding pattern. Be careful if you're on the long side. That could be transition. Same thing here for the euro. The US dollar stays stronger as the euro gets weaker. A dollar difference between those two dash lines, that difference is $112.50. Sideways move is what we're looking for. Sellers are still here, but it has a potentially bullish setup. Let's talk about what's happening in the Swissy. The sell to buy level in that market is $1,087.50. The difference here between these buy and sell levels is $125 a contract. And if you're on the short side, be careful here. This is a market that could make a transition to the upside. Now, it traded above its buy level, but look where it closed. It's underwater as we go into this weekend. So risk management, as we have talked about, is always critical anytime you and I take on exposure. In Mr. Yen, the dollar difference here between the sell to buy level is $2,262.50. Let's move on and let's see what's happening with the Aussie dollar. Well, the dollar difference here, just to get that out of the way, is $180 a contract. It's what I call an equal and opposite. It's rejection of lower prices. This is a market that wants to go higher, but there's nothing behind it. Look for an inside day on Monday. And I feel the same way about the British pound. This could be transition, but so far we haven't seen a strong commitment in that market. Dollar difference there is $343.75. Well, Canadian dollars. Our friends to the north, still weaker, but it's at a level that we've seen buyers before. So be careful about this if you're on the short side of that market. And the dollar difference sell to buy level is $700 a contract. Bitcoin, Bitcoin Buying coming in, we see a little bit of profit taking. Bias is for a move to the upside, and that's what I'm looking for. Dollar difference buy to sell level in that market is $18,875 a contract. Over in the 10-year notes, yields increase, uh, and we see prices breaking to the downside as it should. And what do we look for? Look for an inside day on Monday. This has got the potential for being an equal and opposite, and so does bonds. So be careful here. So right now, this would imply increasing yields for that complex. Excuse me. Gold market difference buy to sell level there, just to give you a reference, is $10,200 a contract. And what are we looking for here? The bias is for a move to the upside. Ooh, can it get it done? And silver also is in the same boat. Yes, that's a red candle. Yes, it does imply selling, but look for a break and a bounce to the upside. Dollar difference, buy to sell level in that market is $5,340 a contract. No, I'm sorry. It's $3,400 a contract. And when we look at copper, it's softer, but is it going to maintain a move to the downside? I think sideways movement here. Nothing telling us to be a buyer, but we do want to be cautious at these levels. Dollar difference buy to sell level here, 1,750 dollars a contract. Crude oil trading below its sell level, and we have a false sense of security. This is a market that wants to go higher, but do we have the fundamental support to create that? I have my doubts about it. I'm looking for a sideways move. Buy to sell level in that market is $3,060 a contract. Now, nat gas, if you look at Europe and if you look at the United States, we got a lot of nat gas. So I don't see a strong reason for a rally. We're not seeing the demand soaking up the supply that we do have. So I'm not looking for any drama in this market, rather the continuation of a sideways move. Now, beans, dollar difference there by the sell level, $550 a contract. It's not trading on Monday. Tuesday, look for a sideways move. I don't think that buy side is sustainable. Buy to sell level here in corn is, sorry, sell to buy level here. That's what we want to talk about. That's $850 a contract. This buy to sell level there is $150 a contract. It closed below, though, its buy level. Look for a sideways move here to continue in that market. Buyers are here for wheat, but is it sustainable? I'm still looking for a sideways movement in that market. Well, those are my thoughts for today. Thank you for joining me. Look forward to being with you again. In the meantime, take care.